Now, somebody sent me this, so I don't know if this is authentic or not. Maybe somebody can help me verify this, but it looks like it's coming from Charlie Kirk. It says, we talk about a golden age in America. I am an evangelical Christian, but I pray the new pope will help usher in a new golden age of Christianity. So what does he mean by this? Now, usher in is often used with the Antichrist. What does that mean? Do we need a new golden age of Christianity? When was the old golden age? What are you even talking about? This sounds kind of like Christian nationalism, which is kind of a nightmare, actually. You can't force people to become Christian. That's not how it works. And there'll be wheat and tares until the end of the age. So some people are going to be tares. There's going to be plenty of lost people at the end of the age. There never will be a golden age on earth until Jesus returns. Jesus will usher in a new golden age. We don't need the Pope's help. The Pope cannot possibly usher in anything in the kingdom of God. If the new Pope defends the faith, are you implying that the Pope has the same faith that you do? Or maybe it's the faith that your wife has. Charlie Kirk's wife is a Catholic. Now, I don't know if Charlie Kirk's wife has ever renounced Catholicism. Defends the West, defends biology and eternal truths. I will be his biggest fan. Well, how's that working out for you? Didn't he just have a transgendered summit at the Vatican or something? So looks like he's not defending biology. So whatever Kool-Aid Charlie Kirk wants us to drink, I'm not drinking it. It's not my flavor of Kool-Aid here that he's preaching. But I guess it's illegal to say anything contrary to the great Messiah, the alleged martyr. So that means the Pope would be the leader of this new golden age. We've heard the Trump administration with the people making the AI injections talking about the golden age. What are they trying to do here? They have some kind of eschatology, some kind of end game involving AI and injections and the Pope in the Catholic Church and Mary. We have a president who's almost 80 years old with a Roman Catholic vice president who's now taking over the podcast of Charlie Kirk. Pope tells new U.S. ambassador he is praying for Charlie Kirk and his family. Why would a pope tell a U.S. ambassador who he's praying for? Oh, look at this. We just got a new ambassador of the United States to the Holy See, incumbent since September 13th, 2025. Well, that's just a few days ago. It's kind of interesting that we even have an ambassador to the Vatican. Should we recognize the Vatican as a legitimate nation? Here's an article from the National Catholic Register. Charlie Kirk's wife, what we know about Erika Kirk's Catholic faith. Hold on a minute. One of these letters keeps disappearing. That happens a lot lately. There must be a glitch in the matrix. Erika's entire Catholic community came together last night in Scottsdale to pray for the Kirk family. Pictures are circulating online showing the family visiting the National Basilica in Washington, D.C., along with photos of Charlie at Mass. Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception. Well, there you go. Taking his child to Catholic Mass. They're training the child in the Catholic Temple of Mary so that when they are old, they will not depart from it. And I guess that means Erika also has not departed from the faith of childhood. On a recent episode of his podcast, Kirk, an evangelical Christian, allegedly, who recently spoke about the Blessed Mother, mentioned how he was close to Father Don Klein, pastor of St. Bernadette Catholic Church in Scottsdale, Arizona. Now, since when did Catholic churches start calling people pastors, possibly an ecumenical strategy? And how his wife was baptized Catholic. Erika attended Notre Dame Preparatory High School in Scottsdale and, by the way, went to a Jesuit college. Erika's entire Catholic community came together last night in Scottsdale to pray for the Kirk family. Erika, who was crowned Miss Arizona in 2012, is a former NCAA women's basketball player at Regis University, a Jesuit university. So, seems like the Catholics love Charlie Kirk and Erika Kirk. Charlie Kirk said Mary is the solution. Very interesting. I thought Jesus was the solution. That's what I believe. I believe Jesus is the solution. But according to Charlie Kirk, Mary is the solution. Now, there's a context here, and it's a bit nuanced, but it's also very clever. Mary is the solution to toxic feminism in America. We don't talk about Mary enough. Charlie Kirk's message to evangelicals is, we got to talk about Mary more. It is true that Protestants kind of avoid Mary and Peter because the Catholics have kind of hijacked Mary and Peter and attached a false narrative to them. But Peter was not the Pope, and Mary is not our Savior. And here's the full text of Charlie Kirk's video. But let me first say, I think we as Protestants and evangelicals under-venerate Mary, to regard with reverential respect or with admiring deference, to honor an icon, a relic, etc., with a ritual act of devotion. Oh, there you go. Among the pantheon of ancient Roman deities, has any been so venerated that is deeply respected over the centuries as Mary? Oh, no, Venus. Should Protestants venerate Mary? What do you guys think? We can appreciate Mary. I'm not sure that we're supposed to venerate Mary, though. It's kind of a slippery slope. He's saying that Protestants and evangelicals need to venerate Mary more. I think that we, as evangelicals and Protestants, we've overcorrected. We don't talk about Mary enough. There's probably some truth in this, that Protestants avoid Mary, I would say, and also Peter. But yet when someone says this who's married to a Catholic, you have to be a bit skeptical. But is Mary the solution? Is Mary going to fix the problem of any false belief? But he says we don't venerate her enough. I'm sure Catholics are very happy to hear this, right? Erika Kirk raises her rosary to onlookers as her husband Charlie's body is transported home. So the Catholic arena is saying that this is a rosary, whereas some other source I saw said this was Charlie's cross necklace. So let's see if we can zoom in on this. Well, there's a cross. Is that a rosary? Is it a necklace and a rosary? Is there a rosary there? Insiders describe her as a daily mass attendee, often bringing her kids along, and her public gestures like raising a rosary during a somber transport of Charlie's body this week underline a devotion that's active and unapologetic. No whispers of Protestant leanings here. Erika's baptized Catholic heritage is front and center, complete with a recent convalidation of her marriage in the church just before the tragedy, ensuring her family's spiritual unity under Catholic rites. I don't know if this is true or not. So according to this article, they are married in the Catholic Church, apparently. So Charlie often clashed with Catholic doctrines in public debates. So why is he married to a Catholic, quote-unquote, woman? He and Erika found common ground in their love for Jesus and family values. Now, many people kind of marry people from other religions and all that, but it does kind of become a problem. But for someone with such a high profile as Charlie Kirk, why is he married to a Catholic? So he's going to go out and clash with Catholic doctrines in the public square and then come home to his Catholic wife who's taking their children to daily mass? Really? Over their 4 years together, Charlie started joining her at Mass, sparking theological chats that bridged their divides. He even praised Mary's role in faith. What is Mary's role in faith? What does that even mean? Something evangelicals sometimes sideline. Well, I guess I've sidelined it. I didn't know Mary had a role in my faith. Their home life revolved around prayer, Bible study, and raising kids with a moral compass pointed toward Christ, blending Erika's sacramental traditions, otherwise known as paganism, with Charlie's emphasis on personal salvation. So they're really kind of a symbol of ecumenicalism. Erika's journey reminds us that faith, whether Catholic or Protestant, can unite in the face of heartbreak, offering hope when the world feels shattered. And J.D. Vance now hosting Kirk's podcast, Catholic J.D. Vance. Arizona Catholics hold Rosary Vigil for Charlie Kirk. The event was organized by Kirk's friend, John Yep, president of Catholics for Catholics. Yep said that Kirk went to our church. And even though he wasn't Catholic, that love for the Blessed Virgin Mary was growing on him. See, Mary is basically the god or the goddess of the Catholic Church. That same Blessed Mother is helping Charlie make it, hopefully, to heaven. Oh, really? Mary is going to help people get to heaven? How does that work exactly? Show me in the Bible where Mary helps people get to heaven. I think I must have missed that part. Following the rosary, Yep told the crowd that he had texted Kirk, although he knew he was no longer with us. Because you text dead people. Is that how this works now? I've never done that. I mean, I don't know. Maybe people do that. Maybe Catholics do that. Should you send Mary a text maybe? Let's all send a text to Mary. See what she has to say, because she is the solution. Protestants don't hate Mary or think anything bad about Mary at all, but we don't like the Mary worship, the Mariolatry. He's basically saying, the president of Catholics for Catholics is basically saying that Catholics are all about Mary. The defining characteristic of Catholics is that they love the Blessed Virgin Mary. That's what their religion's all about. That's basically what the implication is here in this statement. You can't be a Catholic without venerating Mary. So Kirk wants people to be more like the Catholics. So according to this guy, Kirk was exploring the Catholic faith. Well, he had a Catholic wife and brought their kids to the Temple of Mary. Said that Mary is the solution and told Protestants and evangelicals to venerate Mary more. Sounds like he already was a Catholic. I don't know. So keep this in perspective. We don't want to slander anybody, but we also want to be a bit skeptical, especially when narratives are kind of being forced down our throats, even though there are many anomalies if you look at certain things. If you just look and observe and think critically, you'll notice many anomalies about the images we've seen of certain recent events, but we're just supposed to shut our mind off and feel. I think they call that trauma-based mind control. And if you do think critically, well, you're a very bad person, apparently. And quoting Erika Kirk, everyone thought I was a little boy and you were a tomboy and you cropped your hair like a little boy. Sometimes a gun is just a gun, but sometimes it symbolizes something else, especially when somebody says there was a girly girl hidden within me after being such a tomboy. And sometimes a fishing pole is just a fishing pole, but sometimes it symbolizes something else. After they put on the makeup, they can wear the crown, the transformation, just like Venus, just like Aphrodite. And there's President J.D. Vance, the Catholic, with Erika Kirk. And Erika rode on the Catholic's plane. Erika also hosts her own podcast, Midweek Rise Up. Rise. Past tense of rise is rose, and that's why we always get the rose symbolism, the rosary, phoenix rising. It's important to us that faculty and staff have a deep knowledge of our Jesuit Catholic roots. Jesuits were created to exterminate Protestantism, by the way. And the best way to exterminate the Protestants would probably be to assimilate them into the Catholic Church and maybe to encourage them to venerate Mary more, for example. You got to go step by step, baby steps, just a little bit here and there. Get them to venerate Mary more is an important step into destroying the Protestants. Every kid deserves a dad. Every wife deserves a husband. Every American needs Charlie Kirk. Keep on mourning and crying. Do not think critically about this situation, or you will be expelled from the community. Remember, the serpent was very subtle, and Satan has apostles who claim to be righteous.